Hello guys, Sue Jerry speaking. Welcome to Bedtime Stories, episode number 134, and today I read you The Ugly Duckling, the little Bendon books edition. So let's read it now, shall we? So we got The Ugly Duckling, little Bendon books edition. From the story by Hans, Kristen Anderson, adapted by Kate Sullivan Watkins, illustrated by James Finch. Okay, this is a 2017 Bendon Incorporated book. Okay, see here, this is from that page. See here, it might be different than that from the Little Mermaid 1989 movie. See here, but anyway, same author. But anyway. One bright sunny morning, okay? In the corner of an old farmyard, okay? A mother duck watched proudly as her ducklings hatched from her eggs, okay? 5 new ducklings were tiny and covered with soft yellow feathers, okay? Makes sense, isn't it? Next page. Anyway. But the mother duck was puzzled because one egg did not hatch. Wow. This egg was much larger than the others. Wow. Makes sense, everybody. You know, even though what happened is a huge egg, you know. Even though it's kind of crackled, you know. That's just me. Next page. Anyway. An old duck came waddling down the path and stopped to admire the new ducklings, okay? What is wrong with the egg? The old duck asked. I don't know, the mother duck replied, but for some reason it won't hatch. You know, mother duck, I have to agree with you right there. It's just did hatch right there, of course. Anyway, the old duck looked carefully at the egg. Well, that's a really turkey egg. Wow. You know, I have to agree with that right there. Anyway, she said, leave it alone so go teach your new babies how to swim. Thank you. And I thought it was a turkey egg, but no, it was a mother duck who says the ugly duckling. But okay then. Wow. Makes sense, everybody. Next page, anyway. No, said the mother duck. I've taken care of this egg for this long. Wow, okay. I'll stay with it until the duckling hatches. So the mother duck continued to sit until this large egg began to wobble and crack. Wow. Falling out came the usual looking baby bird. It was covered with rough gray feathers, and he was much bigger than the other ducklings. Wow, okay. His beak was large and clumsy, and his neck was long and skinny. Wow. Makes sense to anybody. Even though it makes sense to you guys who think this duck was hatched by a huge egg. You know? That's just me. Even though it was an ugly duckling book. Next page, anyway. Anyway. When the other birds in the farmyard saw him, they began to squawk. Wow. What an ugly duckling, honked the geese. A very strange duckling indeed, quoth the hens. Even the turkeys laugh at the new baby. Don't laugh at them, please. Anyway, poor duckling did very feel ugly. I felt worried for the duckling, you know. He made his way to the nearby lake behind the tall glass. Wow. He stayed hid all summer long. I felt worried for that duckling, you know. It's just one of those days that he learned how to fly, but then again he didn't learn how to fly. Jesus. Anyways. And I felt worried for that duckling. If you ever say, people say no, they say no. Next page. Anyway, one night when the moon was shining brightly on the lake, the lonely duckling saw winged creatures flying through the sky. Okay? Three I can't pronounce this word. Swans cast gravely shells they flew through the night. The duckling stood still to the demise of them. Oh, how he longed to fly. Wow, that was kind of like Trump and the Swan difference to me from E.B. White. Okay. Next page. Anyway. When winter came to the lake, the duckling grew cold, and he had trouble finding food to eat. I felt worried for that duckling. Jeez. One morning, the duckling slipped in the ice on the frozen lake. A kind farmer found him lying helpless and scared on the ice. The farmer wrapped him in his coat and carried him back in the nice warm barn. The duckling stayed in the barn, and the farmer took care of him for the rest of the long, harsh winter. Yeah, the problem is this duckling. He has no way of making feet out of it. But the thing is, farmer, Mr. Farmer yourself, he has no way of making things up, you know? That's just me. He has long feet, long feathers, everything. He's kind of sad to me right now. You know? Next page. Anyway. Spring finally arrived, and the farmer had led the duckling out of the barn. Wow. The duckling had grown, feeling stronger than ever before. Wow, okay. And he flapped his wings gently in the warm light of the sun. To his surprise, he flew right out of the ground into the bright sky. Well, this was surprising, okay. First of all, the frog surprised the farmer as well. The duckling it's like babe sheep pay difference, but okay. You know, fly like this makes more sense to me. You see that? It's like furry half and babe, so there you go on that. Next page. Anyway. Okay, I missed my page? Anyway, there we go. He landed near some reeds on the edge of a peaceful pond. He could hear children playing nearby on the bank. And once again, he saw the lovely swans. This time they were driven through the water. Jesus. Why bother? You know, it was so sad as the duckling, you know. I felt worried, you know. It's like Jim has his Muppets. Jeez. Anyways, we're almost done with this book. So, yeah, that's what you know about that. Anyway, next page. Anyway. Afraid that it might laugh at him, the ugly duckling lowered his head in shame as he looked down the reflection in the still water, and he saw another swan that was just as splendid as the others. Well, that makes more sense, even though it's a different kind of swan. And it's a duck. You know, that's just me. Last 3 pages of the book. Anyway. After a moment, he realized he was staring at his own reflection. Wow. He was amazed at how beautiful he had become, okay? He was not an ugly duckling anymore. Yeah, it was never been a duckling at all, but a swan in the making. He glided into the water, but joined the other swans. But when the children saw him, they began to shout, "Look, a new swan!" He was the most splendid of them all. Wow. Kind of reminds me of Pepperine difference, but wow, okay. You see, the duckling looks at the children, and you see the ending of the swan difference. It's a happy ending overall. Wow. Makes sense to anybody. Last page of the book. He is no longer an ugly duckling, but a grateful and a beautiful swan. But with a proud thought, his heart almost bursts with happiness and joy. And that's the last page of the book. So, yeah. It just made me feel like very grateful from this book. So I'm very going that. So that was The Ugly Duckling, Little Bendon Books edition. What do I think about this book? I think it was amazing so far. This book, The Ugly Duckling, was a successful book to read. I highly recommend you check out The Ugly Duckling for Little Bendon books yourself. That was the Bedtime Stories episode number 144. Hope you enjoy it. Stay tuned for the next one's going to be Bedtime Stories episode number 135. I'm not sure what Bedtime Stories episode I'm going to do as of yet, but we'll see what happens. Till next time, this is Jefferson Bob Piece of Baby. We can more videos as we soon. Till then, just say out. See ya.